All right, hello everyone. A few things. My apologies for kind of being missing in action lately. I had some stuff going on that needed to get sorted out. And so, yeah, I've been away from my space for a while, as you know from the last video I did. But I'm back in it for a while. And what I heard as I sat down at the table today, when I heard to sit down and do a reading, was it's finally happening. Okay, so I don't know what's finally happening, but something is finally happening. So let's get into it and see what they want to say with this, okay? I hear they want me to open the energy because I haven't been at my space for a while. So here we go. I swear to God, this is a Super 7 pendulum that I've had for a while now. My sister gave it to me, one of my sisters. And I swear it's changing colors. Anyways, that's interesting. So that's really interesting, actually. I've always seen it as mostly purple, but now, like the, I guess, smoky quartz or something is coming through. So that's really interesting. So, yeah. Again, it's finally happening. Let's see what they want to say. I apologize if you hear air conditioning once in a while because it is warm out where I am, and air conditioning does need to be on. Yeah, there it goes again. Okay. We have two cards here. We're going to leave both cards turned face down. It's finally happening. What is finally happening? Okay, we have a bunch of cards and they want me to take them all. So this is interesting. This is very interesting. And then they want me to leave this for now. Okay. This is interesting. It doesn't usually happen this way. Let's see what these two cards are. Ooh. I don't even know what this word is. Nyctophilia. This is fun. It's a new word. I love new words. And it says comfort in darkness and separation, reconnecting to your center. Beautiful. So is this what's finally happening? Reconnecting to your center and finding the comfort in the darkness? Wow. Those are two really cool cards. Okay, we're going to read them in a second, but first we want to look at these cards. It says, let go. Authentic truth, manifestation, you are the universe. Oh my gosh. Look at these cards. When you let go, right? When you let go of all preconceived notions about the darkness, where we have the comfort in the darkness here is what it's saying, about the darkness, about who you are, about anything. When you let go of that, your authentic truth comes to light. And you are, it's manifestation, you are the universe. You are the universe. You are the manifestation of the universe, okay? And you have the ability to manifest anything you want within the universe because of this, because you are the universe, okay? So this is really cool. So I think what's finally happening is you have let go and allowed this authentic truth to come forth in your life, okay? And you found comfort in your darkness and you have reconnected to your center, okay? Now I can shuffle these cards. And it was interesting because when I first looked at this and I thought, oh, you know, it's coming, the brown is coming through, right? Is what I'm seeing here. And I thought, oh, you know, because, you know, brown isn't the most beautiful color that we think of, right? But that's this comfort in the darkness. And look how well it goes with these cards over here, especially this one. So cool. Anyways, that's really cool. Is it that one? It's that one. Okay. Just the one. Deer of Delta. Interesting. Deer have been coming up a lot. Deer have been coming up a lot. Around, and here's separation, reconnecting to your center. I see the 26 and the 26. So there's something about this. Your center has to do with this. And the deer as a spirit animal is quite a beautiful animal. So we're going to get into all of this, but that's really interesting. Especially the deer with her fawn. And the sister that gave me this, actually, she has deer and fawns hanging around her energy and her, not just her energy, but her physical space right now. So that's kind of cool too. All right. So it's finally happening. You've let go. You've reconnected to your center, to your authentic truth, that you are the universe. You are the manifestation of the universe. Okay? And you've found comfort in your darkness finally. So you've made peace. And this card talks about peace to me. So you've made peace with the darkness. And we have to look up this word because I have no idea what that word means. Well, maybe it's going to say it in the book. Before we look it up, let's see what it says in the book, because I'm sure it's going to say something about it. Because I don't think it's a common word. So let's see. Yeah, okay, so here, I'm going to just read. Hopefully it tells us what the word means. So nyctophilia. You have found safety in the shadows. You may have diminished yourself to avoid attention. And maybe you have felt invisible or overlooked in conversations and decision-making because no one seems to hear you. Perhaps you have retreated into the background, as observing feels much safer than interacting with others. Are you scared to speak up for fear of ridicule or confrontation? Moving within the darkness can help you be less fearful of the unknown. It can be a place of safety while you study your environment and build your confidence. However, if you flee into darkness, the shadow may obscure the solutions. Imagine yourself as a planted seed. Once it chooses to grow, it moves toward the light. It is time for you to heal and grow by stepping out of the shadows into the sunlight. When you feel pulled to visit the darkness, it is to find harmony and balance within your heart and soul, not to hide from the world. Turn to the light. It's time to grow. Yeah, that's beautiful. So, you found peace in the darkness. You needed to go there to find that peace, to everything this card says, but it's time to come out of the darkness now. Okay, you know you can be there, and you know that you can be there easily and happily and safely, but there's no need to be there anymore, right? So I want to look up the word because it didn't actually tell us the word meaning, which is interesting. I guess they assume we know what this word means, which that's a big assumption. So let's see. Yeah, it's a strong preference for, I mean, we could have figured that out from it, but a strong preference for or love of darkness or night. Okay? It can also be described as a feeling of comfort and relaxation in dark environments. So, that's beautiful. You know, we've done a lot of stuff with these cards, and this is why we're using, you know, the secret language of darkness and the secret language of light are the cards that we're using, because we needed to. And this is interesting because I've been doing this spread for a while now using these decks, and it was to become comfortable with the darkness, right? To learn about the darkness and become comfortable with the darkness, because we always want to focus on the light, but you know, the dark gives us comfort, right? We when we have, you know, if you're a migraine sufferer, you know the dark gives you comfort. You close all the blinds, you go to a dark room, and you can finally relax. Your eyes can relax, your head can relax, everything can relax. You know, when we meditate, we turn the lights down. Like, there's a lot of comfort to be found in the darkness, and that's beautiful. But don't forget that growth happens in the light, is what I'm hearing. Growth happens in the darkness too. Like the seed is planted deep in there, deep in the darkness, right? And then it sprouts through eventually. And that's harvest time. So that's what I'm hearing. It's harvest time. Okay? This is harvest time coming for you. It's finally happening, the harvest. You're going to burst through the darkness and, start growing toward the light. But with your roots deep, okay? That's what I'm hearing. It's like you had to go deep into the darkness. You had to get your roots deeply grounded in the darkness so that you can burst forward into light equally, as equally powerful. So your roots want to run as deep as your branches, however you want to say that with the tree. I'm seeing a tree with really deep roots, complex roots, going deep into the ground and spreading all over the place. And then the tree comes out, the trunk of the tree comes out, and then the branches, grow. As the trunk grows, the branches spread and evolve and expand as well. So you're expanding in both ways into the ground and into the atmosphere, I guess you would call it. But that's what this card is kind of saying. So you've gone deep and you found the comfort there. You've grounded yourself. And the darkness is what helped ground you. It might not have been pleasant at the time. It might not have been the most fun experience at the time. But it has helped you, expand your roots into the ground very deeply, into the 3D, into the physical world, into Gaia, Mother Earth, whatever you want to call any of that. Okay? So that's what that card is saying. Now we're going to look at the separation card. Reconnecting to your center. This card suggests you may feel lost or dissatisfied and can't quite put your finger on what is wrong. When was the last time you consciously connected to your soul's perspective? You may have disconnected from your purpose. This can happen for many reasons, such as disappointment, distress, or distraction. You may have lost trust in yourself and be looking for answers from another or the outside world. Lost confidence may mean you are reluctant to make decisions for yourself and are happier to have someone take on that responsibility for you. Self-trust and confidence make up part of our whole self. When they are lost or diminished, we can feel fragmented. Our instincts can weaken, and it's easier to veer from our truth and our path. Knowing what you want is part of the process of discovering all of who you are. Creating and respecting your comfort zone can be integral to your healing your separation and bringing you home to your soul truth. Thus, establishing and reinforcing boundaries will help you know what feels right for you. You can then navigate challenging situations more purposefully and be excited by possibilities aligned with your soul truth. Okay, I see why these two are together. This darkness forced this, okay? It forced this. You needed to figure out what you truly wanted, and you also needed to create some boundaries, not limitations, boundaries, right? So whatever darkness you had to go deep into in order to figure out what you truly want and what you truly want to manifest, so that you could say no to everything else, right? So when we start this kind of a journey, we feel like we have to say yes to everybody and everything. And we have to be kind and nice and whatever. And it's great to be kind and nice. Don't get me wrong. That's nice. That's great. And if you can be, wonderful, right? But there's going to be some challenges if you're trying to be, this only light person, if you're not willing to face the darkness, and if you're not willing to see the darkness in yourself and in others, and if you're not willing to see the darkness in the world and it's gonna challenge you. It's gonna come. It's gonna be in your face. It's gonna show itself and say, hey, look at me, I exist, right? And so I feel like some of us have been facing that and have been, dealing with that for some time, probably a long time, for a lot of us. But that is what helped us to figure out what we truly want, who we truly want to be, and how to say no to anything that doesn't align with us, right? So that's why these two cards are here. And it's finally happening. You've figured it out. You've gotten there, okay? Which is amazing. All right, we're going to read some of these cards now and see what they have to say. Let go. Take back your power and thrive. Yes. And that's what you do when you do this. Okay, so let all just be and take back your light. Stop trying so hard and breathe. Letting go does not mean jumping blindly into faith, but to release the resistance you hold about a subject so your dreams and desires can be realized. We have all hung on to a person, place, job, or idea because we think it will give us what we seek. But hanging on is the result of unbalanced thinking. This imbalance has you needing compensation. You created a deficit by compromising yourself, thinking that was the way toward your dreams. It was your choice to do that. Now it is your choice to let go and create from love instead of fear. You deserve to have what you want without compromising your truth. You cannot change what has occurred. However, you can change what you do from this moment on. No one has been placed upon this earth to make you happy, just as it is not your responsibility to make anyone else happy. Free yourself and everyone else of the idea that we must please others to be loved. You are love, and you are loved, no matter what has happened in your or another's life. That's beautiful. Authentic truth. Discover your truth and let others find theirs. The truth will set you free, so long as you recognize there is more than one truth and that the answers you seek exist beyond the beliefs you hold. There are many truths in this world. You don't have to believe them all. Just focus on what resonates with you. If you must convince yourself of your beliefs, they are not your truth. Your truth will always fulfill and satisfy. It is unconditional, meaning conditions don't have to change for you to live and feel your truth. There is no right or wrong, but there is a cause and effect or action and reaction. Master yourself, not someone else's processes. When you change your beliefs, your life changes to match. To do this, you must be aware of how you feel and practice focusing on what makes your heart sing, not shrink. When you align with your truth, you will flow, feel excited, and believe an authentic life is possible. If it is not your truth, you will resist, find it hard to commit, and feel indecisive. I'm just going to keep reading here. Just keep reading, okay? Manifestation. You will attract what you give your focus to. You are about to experience something you have longed for. You may not see any evidence of it yet, but don't be disheartened. Instead, be still and align with your soul. Soon you will be inspired to take a step forward, where you will meet your dreams and desires. Fall in love with the unknown, and the path of the known will materialize. You create your life through how you feel and what you think. When you change your beliefs, your life changes to match it. First, you must be aware of how you feel in the present. Practice focusing on what makes your heart sing, not shrink. The time just before manifestation is an opportunity to change any story from your past, present, and future. Your perception is altering, so you can see in a new light. Everything is created twice. First, in the vibrational realm, perceived as imagination, feeling, or dreaming, and then in the physical world as manifested objects. Enjoy the journey to all you are manifesting, and your desires will arrive sooner. This is the nature of creation. Amazing. All right, and now, you are the universe. Know the self and know the nature of everything. You are you, and yet you are also the universe. Just like you, the universe is a living entity. It is not a thing or person that knows everything. It is growing, moving, and reaching forward to experience life in new ways. Wherever or whenever you are, you will always recognize yourself, and you will always exist. Play with the idea that the universe, in all of its manifestations, peers out through you. It mingles and joins with your energy to see the world through your uniqueness and expands as you do. You are the pioneer of this universal frontier, and the universe needs you to know it in all its forms. If you believe everything is separate, You will want a guide, angel, light being, someone or something outside of you who sees you to show you the way. However, everything is as one and nothing is separate, so nothing is on the outside looking in. The universe sees wonderment through your eyes, and you see wonderment in the universe. Become your own authority. Choose to feel good by discovering what makes you laugh, love, and enjoy. Focus on this and you will create similar manifestations. And whatever you don't focus upon will fall away from lack of attention. Beautiful. I keep saying beautiful. But it is. I find it all very beautiful. All of this stuff. So the next card, or last card of these, is the Deer. The Deer of Delta. Now, we've read this one before, I know. Without any force, you can overcome even extreme negativities. Your real nature is gentle, which is powerful in its own unique way. You do not need to become something you are not. You can confidently and effectively invoke spiritual protection from the light. You can never be dominated or bullied at a spiritual level, because the real you is always empowered and protected in the light. Some things can only happen when we let go at the deepest inner level. Regenerative healing is one of them. Shamans of old understood that to obtain transformational awareness, one has to sever themselves from the world as one knows it, to unlearn what one once knew, to be reborn. In that rebirth, a new understanding of vitality, clarity, and purpose can emerge. The shamanic realm is the realm of the delta brain wave, the state of deep sleep. Here one is completely unconscious. There is temporary paralysis at this level, which allows for the deepest healing and renewal. Here, the gateway to the universal mind is entered, and the precious recalibrating treasures of healing are gained. In Delta, we surrender completely to a great and powerful intelligence far beyond our understanding. At 0 Hz to 4 Hz, Delta waves are the slowest and most stabilizing of the brain waves. This is the state in which the body recovers from injury and the brain has a chance to check off its list of deferred repairs and healing and restore optimal function. This includes the capacity to learn and the healthy functioning of the immune system. Physically and almost emotionally, we are not contaminated or confused by the emotional or psychic workings of the world around us. This oracle brings guidance that the healing you need cannot come from logical sources, but requires a deep letting go and restructuring from within. Consider what practices and people could help facilitate this process in your life. Consider how you may value and encourage deep restorative sleep and regular retreats as part of your lifestyle. The Greek nymph Tegete called upon her beloved goddess Artemis to protect her from unwanted advances from a powerful suitor. In response, the goddess transformed Tegete into a doe, so she would be safe from harm. Tegete teaches us that we can become vulnerable like the gentle deer in the spiritual sanctuary of our devotion, protected by a greater source. Then there is no need to become aggressive or harsh to defend ourselves from the aggression of another. We can let go and allow ourselves to be held. This is a way to ward off negativities without needing to disconnect from our softness and grace. Even if you are dealing with intense negativities from a particularly powerful opponent, Deer of Delta encourages you to call for spiritual intervention with complete confidence in the grace that will instantly and consistently be bestowed. Your strength and power can flow from your spiritual connection. If you have been advised to toughen up, you are encouraged to instead remain true to yourself and find your strength within. What beautiful readings. Messages, I guess I should say. What beautiful messages coming through there. All right, we're going to get a tarot card. There we go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, look at that. Stability, clarity, success, strength, fulfillment. This is the 9 of Wands and the Sun card, okay? This is a beautiful card. It's finally happening. The clarity, the strength, the stability, the success. It's finally happening for you. They're drawing my attention to the 926. We have it here twice. So let's look at the 926. Be willing to embrace the changes you are feeling drawn to make. They are not daydreams, but divinely guided inspirations from angels. Amazing. And then the 930. You have God-given healing talents, and you are being encouraged to share them with the world in order to experience an increased sense of purpose. Okay. And now they want me to go 189. 189? Where are you? Your third eye is opening and your spiritual sight is sharpening. See through the eyes of your soul. I mean, seriously? Let me read these in order. 926. Be willing to embrace the changes you are feeling drawn to making. They are not daydreams, but divinely guided inspirations from angels. You have God-given healing talents, and you are being encouraged to share them with the world in order to experience an increased sense of purpose. And your third eye is opening, and your spiritual sight is sharpening. See through the eyes of your soul. That's pretty incredible how those messages came out. Are there any others? They're showing you the 184. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. Know that you are worthy of freedom from the past. All right. They're showing me the 425 and the 426. We have the 426 twice, and we have the 425 there, and they go together, the messages. So I'm going to read those now. Your angels are encouraging you to connect with the lessons of your current situation. You are being guided to surround yourself with those who lift you up and encourage your light to shine. And now they want me to look at the 429. Your angels are encouraging you to connect with the tender aspects of yourself at this time. Your vulnerability is a gift. That's what this card is saying. Wow. Is there anything else you want me to bring through? Either through numbers, cards. They're reminding me of the title. It's finally happening. It's finally happening. They want you to know that. They know you've been on a long road to this moment, to accepting yourself fully and completely, and accepting others fully and completely, to knowing what it is you truly want, and to being able to focus on that and let everything else fall away. You've let go of the fear of being vulnerable, the fear of letting it fall away, what's not for you. You have a great sense of clarity now around that. Okay, now I can get one more of these cards. They're saying one more. Okay. That was a lot. Is it? Okay, it's the card that fell there. Okay. Ooh. This is the card that says your hard work is finally paying off. This says what your ship is coming in finally. What you will toward you will come toward you. Okay, this is the manifestation card. This is your will be. Your will, I don't know how to say that, but your whatever you will be. Okay, whatever you will toward you will come toward you. It will be. You will manifest whatever it is. This is all of your hard work paying off. That's beautiful. These two cards together are beautiful, and they want me to read the message 93 now. Okay. It says, your higher self requires you to extend your meditation time in order to upgrade your energy system. Oh, okay. So they want you to extend your meditation time to meditate on what it is that you want and to bring it to you. To daydream, right? Remember it said they're not daydreams, they're inspirations. So we don't have to think of meditation as being such a, daunting thing. Just take some time out during the day or night to dream, to daydream, to think about what brings you joy, okay? That's the type of meditation they're guiding you toward. Something that, like, just daydream about what brings you joy. That's the kind of meditation they want you to do. And that's going to bring it to you, the things that bring you joy, okay? Do you want more cards? I feel like I keep saying one of these, but I feel like there's one more to come out. Okay, there we go. Yes, okay. So this card is telling you to release all fear, worries, doubts, anxiety, okay? So when you go to bed at night, oh yes, okay. When you go to bed at night, they're saying, don't focus on what you don't want. Don't focus on your fears, your doubts, etc. Focus on what brings you joy, okay? Start, daydream in order to fall asleep. Just focus right before bed. Focus on what brings you joy. Daydream about the best life you could possibly be living with all the best things happening for you. And if you do that before going to bed, instead of focusing on what worries you, focus on what lights you up, what makes you happy, what brings you joy. Okay? That's what they're saying. And now they want me to read the 939. Okay, 939. You are in touch with the voice and energy of the sacred at this time. Know that you are a vessel for divine love, so it is important you care for your body, the vehicle of your soul. All right, and I feel like part of that message is make sure you have time for restful sleep. And if you're thinking about, because restful sleep is restorative, that is when we heal. Remember and this card said the 0 to 4 hertz, right? That's that deep sleep where you go into that really deep sleep. So when you go into that really deep sleep, you don't want to be thinking right before you go into that really deep sleep about everything that stresses you out and worries you and causes you fear and doubt and anxiety. You want to be thinking about everything that brings you joy, okay? All right? So that healing can happen and that joyful life and being that you are can be restored. That's how I'm hearing it. Okay, anything else? It's very quiet. I feel like there's one more thing. It's the 330. Okay. Let's read that one. Angels and ascended masters want you to know that God believes in you and your gifts. And that's where they want to end it. Okay, and you have the gift of manifestation. You do. All right, that's where I'm to end it. It's finally happening. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.